Start. Bunny. ByuN. PartinG. 2021 GSL Season 3 Codex. Africa TV Free Cup Studio Live 2021 GSL Season 3.
We're already going into the winner's match. This day is just speeding along.
Surprisingly fast. I actually thought it was going to be kind of a long day. I guess there's still time for it to be long, though.
Yeah, I think ByuN Dark could be a long one. I think this one might also be short, though. PartinG is super aggro PvT. He's always enjoyed that. It doesn't mean he has to do it, but we've seen him have a lot of success to it.
Yeah.
I am curious how much those strats we saw in the last two games are engineered just for ByuN. Because ByuN does prep not just for the race and the map, but very often for the player.
I think PartinG's game 1 against ByuN was probably prepped against him. And game 2 I think that's why he took a break to go to the bathroom. Game 2 he came up with.
That makes sense.
Where it's like, well, what could go wrong against ByuN in his style with a one-base blink? Not much.
I got Bunny just coming out of defeating Dark, of all people, 2-0. But when you play against PartinG, it's a different beast. It really is a whole different gauntlet of different openers and cheeses. You don't know what to expect. But Bunny bringing the best iteration of himself. Again, I've said it many times, in every GSL tournament, he's looking better than ever this time around.
Team NV, Bunny. PartinG.
All right, so Romanticide. I mean, obviously this is the map that is super easy to turtle on. You definitely can defend 3 bases very easily here. On either side,
In pretty much all the matchups.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way that third base is structured, it's not a very desirable point to try to attack in.
Yeah.
The defender really does have an edge there. But that doesn't mean you can't have early rushes on 2 base or 1 base. But I think that's important that you mentioned that, Artosis, because, yeah, if this game does go on for a little while, it should stretch out to be even further.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't even, like, PartinG is quite good late game PvT. I think he really has many good ideas about it. I think he plays it well. And normally anyone that I say that about, I'm really afraid for any Terran to go up against them, except for a limited few, right? Like Maru, extremely good late game TVP. I think TY is very good. Obviously, he's in the military right now. But honestly, Bunny has been one of those now, right?
Yeah.
If you think back to some of his late game TVPs, he does everything. He gets the ghosts on time, he macros well, he continues to expand, he's all over the place, he knows how to take the engagements. So I feel like this is a very wide open game. We could see anything here.
I agree. There's a lot of different ways this game could pan out. It's going to be very exciting to see these two players, and especially Bunny with I think the best form he's had ever. How that's going to look against someone like PartinG. You know, the tricky thing with PartinG is he doesn't win all the time as far as tournaments go, but he beats everybody all the time. If that makes sense. He can always take games off people.
Yeah, for sure.
And he does it so often through the opening itself and the strategy and the way he handles all the little interactions they're out.
Oh, a little Adept coming in. I think a bit of a misfire there.
I think he ended up hitting a worker when he wanted to hit a Marine or vice versa, because he traded blows on both.
Yeah.
But does get behind the command center for a little bit and shades back out, delaying the completion of the command center by a couple seconds. And now we're going to have the 2 Adepts come in again and probably cancel this.
A couple more gates are on the way right now.
Good deflection on that Hellion, shoving that back inside the Terran side of the map.
Yeah, Blink coming up with 3 gates, right?
Yeah.
So that's, let's not forget there was a little period in time where PartinG was basically killing everyone with 4 gate Blink. Here with the 3-gate, you know, that's a build where you definitely can like pin your opponent in the base, but you have that money where you can actually take a third.
Right. It's not as forceful as the 4-gate, and it's not as greedy as the 2-gate, which we've also seen a little bit of. 2-gate, third base robo has also been popular, but I think 3-gate is,
if they
I guess, the Goldilocks version of all these builds. Like, it's just right.
Yeah, I think if they misstep with the when you're going for the 3-gate, if like something goes wrong for the Terran, you have kill potential.
Yeah, I think there's more room to punish.
Yeah. All right, Robo almost done here.
Now there is a drop. It's making a beeline diagonally across the map. And I don't see what's actually here to defend. There is a Stalker to spot.
Oh man, he doesn't have Blink
my
quite yet, but it's
God.
almost here.
Oh my God, 2 get out, and they actually connect, wiping the shields on all 3 of those Stalkers. Now, that's not going to be enough shots to kill that mine. 2 more probes go down in that, and
that
I gotta
was okay
say,
from Bunny, I think.
Yeah, I think I mean this basically went much smoother than what happened to ByuN. I know the builds aren't identical, but the ideas are the same.
Yeah. He got a Stalker and 4 probes. That's actually decent.
And he gets both medevacs out. One is extremely low, and it's looping around the bottom of the map. It'll need to be repaired, no doubt, but really not losing that much. I mean, you basically expect the Widow Mines and the Hellions to be killed off, but to get away with the medevacs is pretty nice. But PartinG's back out on the map now.
He's coming down to put on some of his own pressure. There is a bunker waiting for him, so it doesn't seem like a frontal push is really going to end up working out. But the thing is, he's taking a 3rd Nexus behind this. So harassment is the best choice. Gonna blink up here into the natural, pick up a few SCVs, delaying some of these buildings. Hey, this is actually really quite nice.
Yeah, this is the kind of damage that PartinG needed to have coming into this. Now that tank is sieging up onto the high ground. He's gonna have to pull away. He should have an escape route over here just to the upper left.
Look at how annoying this is.
Yeah, he knows when to hold his ground with those Stalkers so well.
6 SCVs and like, what, a Marine or 2 in there as well, plus lost mining time. Plus he killed off a depot that was being made. He delayed 3 buildings. Pretty amazing, actually. Very, very good counter.
That spot is huge.
Yeah, it is.
He's going to try to intercept it.
I think I just saw him warping a couple Stalkers at his 3rd Nexus as well.
Blink's going to be ready.
Oh, no.
And with Marines in here, you can't... There's no way to unload this all in time, so everything's going to be lost. Only shields lost on the Stalkers. In other words, really nothing at all for the Protoss. A big snipe, a big win, taking out a huge chunk of the Army supply. Remember, PartinG on 3 bases now. Still Bunny on 2.
I got to tell you, PartinG is playing just beautifully here. And it doesn't feel like Bunny's playing bad. It just feels like PartinG is...
PartinG's eyes
right?
are everywhere,
Yeah,
man. He's just seeing what's coming out.
He's catching everything, basically, and not taking too much damage. He's doing some good counter damage. Look at this. His Storm is halfway done. Like, I can't see Bunny quite being ready for that.
Yeah, even though Stim is just now finishing, so it's not quite like that ByuN game where, you know, everything was too late, basically. I just worry that there's not going to be very much that Bunny's going that Bunny, this is what happens if I have to cast one guy to the other again. That Bunny is going to be able to work with here. I mean, look at this. These Stalkers come in here now. They snipe down the tank.
Yeah, they're going to kill SCVs as well and then get out of here. All right, well, he might lose 1 Stalker. Not a big deal. Really nicely done. Warping some more Stalkers here. He does have +1 on the way. And now 4 High Templars in that Prism. That's the first time you engage with Storm. Like, that's such a turning point in a lot of TVPs.
Right.
A lot of Terrans just do not have anything ready for this.
Well, especially if they have just enough groups that you can basically smash each one with a Psy Storm. And, you know, especially with the way the AI works, everything bunches up so much. The Storm can really punish. And so I think we're going to have these Zealots finish warping in, and then I think it's time for PartinG to be on the move here. And we're watching the Protoss. I would like to see what the Terran actually has here. I'm not totally sure.
I think he has a tank or two. He has a decent spread of mines here. He has a lot at the top of this ramp.
Yeah,
Let's
the
see.
arc's pretty damn good too.
There's that disable once again. Loving seeing that.
Yeah.
That really does save him. Look at this. Chasing him back while it's disabled, picking off what he can. Only gets one stalker, but pushes him really far back.
Okay, pretty big catches though on those medevacs. But yeah, I don't think he can actually get out. I don't know about the idea of storm dropping the workers here. That's probably not safe, actually, with Stim Marines coming over there to hit him. But you got to wonder, is Protoss going to try to force their way up here again?
I don't think he can attack in here. Look at that.
Look
Oh
at the
my
mines
God.
are insane, man.
The mines shred the Zealots.
Man, Bunny has gotten so good, it's crazy. But here's a moment you can storm drop. But Bunny pulls away. He's staying just up on that hill.
He's like just out of range that if you throw the storm down,
Yeah.
you're barely licking the feet of the Marauders, right?
Yeah.
Like you're just not going to get the value. PartinG's waiting for him to misstep, and he's just not misstepping. So you see PartinG getting that fourth base, adding tech as well. He's going up into disruptors. He's getting a Dark Shrine.
He's coming in here now.
Ooh.
And good pull. I mean, if these SCVs are not pulled away, they're going to get melted immediately. But he's going to have to recall this War Prism.
Oh, he doesn't have it ready. Oh, and the
my
disable
God.
and the EMP.
This
Bunny.
is so bad for PartinG. Bunny just completely shut down any edge that PartinG had.
He is truly the bunny from Holy Grail at this point, Aces.
Yeah.
He
This
is
is
a
a Monty
fearsome
Python
warrior.
Bunny, no doubt. This is insane how well he's playing this.
He's nailing everything. But PartinG's not dead, just to make it clear. Like, PartinG has been looking for a kill. He's not getting it. He's been looking. He got the early stalker harassment, which was really nice. But, like, for instance, that Prism with 4 High Templars, that's really, really painful to lose. But he is getting into disruptors, so that gives him an opportunity to kind of hold on against counterplay, right? Like,
Yeah.
disruptors are a very swingy unit. So you have to be very careful at that. He is adding a Stargate now, so that's kind of interesting. Observer speed, DT blink, everything coming up for PartinG.
PartinG also, you know, with keeping up with the additional expansion, still powering up. I mean, ultimately, it is going to come down to Bunny having to come out here and try to fight the Protoss. The longer the game goes, the more the Protoss can kind of lean into just staying back and almost playing like a Zerg a little bit, trying to just take more bases. The Terran does need to try to come out here and take a fight. But, you know, the fourth base is very different on this map from the third. I mean, the fourth is an attackable location. You can come in there and try to take some swipes. And, you know, if there's not too many siege tanks well positioned, then the Protoss can basically set up with a disruptor.
Yeah, and look at this. He's coming up and breaks down the rocks onto that little high ground base. So kind of interesting that he's opening up the map completely at this point. More Stargates have been made. I think he's going to go into carriers. Would imagine. DT Blink going to be finishing up here. The little roaming force of Bunny, of course, does not want to get caught by this, so he is heading home. Blinks forward there, but gets mostly punished. Nice dodge on that disruptor hit. I love this setup defensively from Bunny, like the spreading of the mines and just kind of leaving those there for now. Look at this second cybernetics core as well as the fleet beacon. So definitely a big tech switch coming in. So PartinG just has to be careful not to lose this army. I love the idea of keeping a little bit of pressure on it, of poking with it.
Yeah.
But if he loses it, while trying to do this tech switch into carriers, that's how you lose the game.
You're completely correct. If he drops that, then suddenly the carriers... What am I watching here? What?
It's your Terran Zealots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. A little bit of a mistake there on that attack move.
Yeah, and it might cost him this base. I mean, these Stalkers aren't going to cut it here. In fact, now the Widow Mines are going to just wipe them out. In a moment of complete and total chaos here, PartinG seems to have lost control of this game. Certainly this position down here, unless the Protoss can fight him off. Fortunately for PartinG, Bunny didn't commit onto the Nexus itself, tried to do even further damage.
I think he kind of doubted his ability to kill it, honestly.
Well, it didn't make sense when he got in to start, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes that can be the most confusing moment when they aren't playing at all like they should.
Now, a flock of DTs on the map.
A flock.
They look like a flock,
A gaggle
don't
of DTs.
Yeah. Kind of interesting. Might be going for like a flank here where you just blink on top of the actual army. All right, a couple storms coming down. Disruptor's definitely going to push these back. By the way, we did see the Fusion Core going down, so Liberator range on the way. I'd love to see that from Bunny. Carriers being made. I like some of these ideas, right? Like if you can engage and then blink away when he scans, it's always kind of nice. Oh my god.
What?
That's serious
I
damage.
can't even believe how much damage I just saw dealt there. I almost choked. That was so crazy.
Ooh, kills his own DT.
What in the world?
Tarnation.
Tarnation. Boy, howdy, Artosis. That was crazy. Some more carriers are coming out here. As quietly, PartinG is going to put the final pieces at the top of that tech tree to complete what he's been trying to build up to. And Bunny does have a 5th. Bases are mirrored right now.
With this 87 probes against 77 SCVs, so their economies are gigantic. They're getting like every single upgrade.
Right.
On PartinG's side, the thing I think I find a little bit interesting from his composition, he hasn't really refilled his High Templars very much. He has a decent enough gas bank, but having only 2 High Templars, I don't know. I feel like as you get towards the end of the game, there's never a reason not to have like a decent amount of High Templars floating around.
I agree. I think the amount of damage you can get is so huge.
Yeah, Disruptors are great, but like High Templars are a little bit more flexible.
Now, it does appear that this is just going to be a war of growth here. As Bunny grows into the top right, PartinG grows into the bottom left. Doesn't seem like there's any clear location either side really wants to attack into. Instead, it's a race to fill in all the tech slots, get all the upgrades, and continue to power up.
Scan did see those Stargates as well as the carriers, so Bunny adding a couple more starports of his own, probably going to force out a bunch of Vikings at this point, I would guess. All right, well, cute idea, sneaking the Ghost way behind enemy lines there.
And, you know, with the number of Widow Mines that are out here, I mean...
hard to get much done. But really, like, anything you're doing with those DTs is pretty useful.
Right. Here comes the big attack in here. 6 more gates, by the way, coming, so that you can really just, at the snap of a finger, refill your supply.
Some very good EMPs go off. Disruptor Ball comes out, but has to go way around. It does not hit. Trying to pick off some of these Liberators. Another nice EMP there. Not much shields on anything. Oh, I love the Disruptor, or the Liberator harassment as well over on that new set of minerals. Going to slow down the mining in that bottom left base. The 6th base of PartinG. But he does have 7 bases now, taking 12 o'clock.
Liberator setup over here.
Range being so annoying. Look at that beautiful location he found too. You're gonna have to make like a Void Ray or a Phoenix or something.
He's gonna slowly move into the top right. Can the infantry actually take the fight down here? EMP's coming down. Liberation zone setup as well.
Yeah,
kind of a weird engagement here. He does take out 2 of those Liberators, not bad.
I quite like the idea of Liberator Viking here to help out.
Yeah.
Because you can kind of zone out what's going to stop the Vikings from killing the carriers, right?
Right.
Like you kind of zone out High Templars, you kind of zone out the Stalkers as well. And then the Vikings are actually getting some decent shots. I like it, but how do you balance the numbers of those units? Because if you make too many Vikings and too many Liberators, you can just die to someone who refills on gateway units, you know?
Yeah, that's very true. Is he going to actually be able to push up in here at 12 o'clock? Looks like he might be able to get in there. Maybe. It's insane, by the way, this Liberator has done so much to delay this bottom left location. I mean, I wanted to remark earlier on how, you know, PartinG's had the bottom left the whole time. You know, Bunny just now got it, but PartinG hasn't been able to use the bottom left. He can't get workers to mine over there.
Liberator's seriously doing work. Those DTs finally getting picked off. He's left those mines there for a very long time.
It's impressive how many mines Bunny is leaving behind. And
I love it.
It makes a lot of sense because it's one of the reasons why we don't see any successful Zealot attacks in locations where the Terran's not. That's usually how the Terran loses the game. Is 20 Zealots come in somewhere else and hit a location.
And then Supreme late game, sometimes it's like 10 DTs.
Yeah.
Right? But he's got like 4 mines there, turrets. He's got sensor towers, a planetary. You can't really get in. So he's guarding his flank at a pretty small cost of supply. Really, really like this play from Bunny, man. He is very quickly becoming my favorite Terran.
Yeah, no, well, he's looking just so good.
He
And
really
look at
is.
this tiny little attack up here. A nuke with some Marauders. A second Ghost comes up here. He's going to kill off that DT.
Damn. If only that overcharge could have saved all those buildings from the nuke. Like, you know what? Maybe you guys are right. That is pretty strong.
And now another huge engagement down here. Is the composition going to be healthy enough here for PartinG to take this on?
Look
Wow.
at that. Look at that. Bunny doing a great job. You can see PartinG actually muttering to himself right now. I think he's caught off guard with how well Bunny is doing with this composition.
Well, I think we all are, to be honest. Bunny's making this look so easy as he slowly pushes the Protoss further back into his position.
I tell you what, though, I think like what he's doing is incredibly difficult to actually balance the numbers of units you're using here. With 73 SCVs, that doesn't leave you with that much supply to actually make this army work. All right, throws down a ton of liberation zones. Going to push that all back.
And
But yeah,
PartinG just can't get anything done here. Look, Terran's now expanded up towards the center. He's now able to keep this base and then use this base as an area to push from. If he can keep pushing in here, he's going to end up smashing this bottom left position. This is really PartinG on his back foot. PartinG really up against the ropes right now.
Well, PartinG's having a hard time actually doing anything to Bunny because Bunny has defended each location very well. He's actually taking engagements against basically the hardest composition to engage against. It's like Carrier, Disruptor, Stalker, Psystorm. That is a pretty foolproof set of units.
Is this going to land?
Yeah.
Oh! All right, not that bad on the units, but still.
Yeah.
Big connect.
It looked like it could have been, though.
Yeah. Well, that's always the thing about nukes, isn't it? You're like, this is going to be insane. Oh, okay. Now, Bunny's pushing up. He's going to get in a huge fight here with the main army. And he is pushing this back. The Disruptor shots are dodged with ease.
Yeah, okay. I want to go ahead and throw something out there right now because I think that Bunny is doing so well against this composition. Hold on, though. He's trying to, like, actually kill this space. I don't think he can finish PartinG here, though. I don't think that's going to be quite doable. This is a great blink to the side. That overcharge, keeping a carrier with no interceptors alive forever. Storms come out, those Stalkers on the side, still kind of chunking away at everything. The liberation zones, they're doing stuff.
More reinforcements are coming here, but these DTs are just too strong. And, you know, a pretty big overextension by Bunny, but it is PartinG hurting more in supply.
Yeah. Well, Bunny has just kind of like outdone him compositionally here, but I think the right answer against what Bunny is doing is to have the same ground army that he has, but instead make Tempest instead of the
I think
carriers.
you're probably right. The carriers just can't do that much.
Tempest, I think, would destroy this. I think it would become very difficult for Bunny. He'd have to go much more Viking heavy, much less Liberator heavy, and that in and of itself is a can of worms. Like, his Liberators are actually doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and then his force, his Bioforce, is helping to keep the interceptors at bay a little bit and everything. Oh, that overcharge was awesome. That was super cool. But yeah, I think Tempest here would be really good for PartinG.
We are so deep into this end game. It's insane to see how these engages are going. PartinG's been extremely aggro with these Stalkers, sometimes to the point where it's probably too much.
DT here trying to stop this little bit of an attack on PartinG's 8th base. That is a lot of bases. Still 73 workers as well. The bottom left is actually not mining.
No, the
Sure
bottom.
oh, there's
left.
a Liberator down there right now.
Oh, you're right. Good catch.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, the bottom left base has been in a funny spot because PartinG's had it, but there's still so many resources available there. He's never really been able to take full advantage of it.
And it's kind of one of the harder bases to hold, so you want to be able to mine it out more quickly. But
Yeah, for sure. You'd want to just kind of clean up over there and move on. But no, nukes are still hitting here. It's going to be another interruption.
Yeah, pretty non-stop on that.
2 ghosts positioned in 2 different spots. So that Nexus at a little bit below 12 o'clock has been wiped out. But is this counterattack going to be too much?
Well, it's only Stalkers, so like the Planetary's not going to die to this. I guess as Disruptors come up, you can do some little bit of extra chunking damage, maybe kill some SCVs. But yeah, I don't think that he has any sort of killing force. Can't really take out a Planetary. In fact, like I think that PartinG basically can't really attack anywhere at all. I think he needs to get his economy back online. I think the roaming is really, really good. Like, keep yourself looking dangerous.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any spot that PartinG could try to come and crack open and do any real pronounced damage. You can see that the Terran is almost having an easier time with the harass part, with the Liberators, like at the bottom left.
Yeah, the Liberators are doing
the
great.
DTs haven't really done that much.
Go ahead, Tasis.
No, how many how many more mining bases does PartinG actually have here?
Okay, 12 looks healthy for mining. The base that's below that, our hand 12, is like not mining at all. Bottom left is back to mining well, and
that should be mostly it.
Yeah, bottom left up 1 is doing all right, but the other ones are pretty empty.
Oh, and he's going to come in here onto this Planetary that is not yet killed. And with these Liberation Zones set up here, good blink away at the last second. Does he recall?
Oh yeah, it's a little bit tricky, but I think he can get out of here. All right, the Vikings not really doing all that much. Does a recall on a chunk of the army, but the other chunk obviously going to be left behind.
Yeah, beautifully done there. Does take out that Planetary though. I worry though that in the grand scheme of stuff, PartinG has traded much less efficiently than Bunny.
I would definitely agree with that.
We talk about this in a lot of these ZVTs, you know, that it kind of comes down to that. But we're getting to one of these moments here now. I mean, this is a pretty insane PVT.
Yeah. But look at what Bunny is doing here. He's making a lot of Vikings and a lot of Liberators, but at some point, if you don't have the ground units, you can get taken out by just the ground army. Right? Once again, it can be a little bit hard to balance those correctly, but I guess Bunny just has so much at this point that it doesn't matter if his composition is maybe slightly off against what PartinG is doing, because he just has more.
Yeah, I think this expansion is going to get sniped once more. Again, if he just keeps sniping these bases and gets away, he's probably going to win this game. Bottom left here, nothing to defend.
Yeah, it looks like that Nexus will finally fall after seeing so many nukes throughout the game.
And this place that was just wiped out, and the one that we saw that was almost wiped out before that, those are basically the only spots that PartinG could take. So that should really show you how dire this is. The 6 o'clock and 6 o'clock hour hand spot at the bottom, they've been mined out this whole game. PartinG can't do much about it. So Bunny is just in phenomenal shape here.
Well, Bunny right now, like, yeah, he's doing phenomenally, as you say, but PartinG does have a couple bases mining pretty healthily. He's on higher workers, so if he could like secure one more base, that would be huge. Like DT's still running around trying to get value where they can. This is a pretty good position for PartinG's army. He's kind of got him far back. Look at this, charges in, blinks forward here. Disruption ball being sent out, doesn't get that much. Liberators with a great siege spot though.
Yeah, doing a pretty insane job with this flank here. Slowly pulling PartinG apart. The Vikings are going to land here. Never a good sign. Really showing the confidence here from Bunny.
Yeah, and I think he has a right to be confident. EMPing absolutely everything. Trying to get some good disruptor hits is okay. But this is a losing battle right now for PartinG, who is down at 40 army supply against over 100.
Yeah, and I think we may be nearing the end of this game here. I mean, if PartinG loses control of these 2 bases, he's going to lose control of this game. And Bunny will have, once again, just blown everybody away here in Group D.
Yeah, what an impressive game. We're going into 30 minutes. Absolutely no problem playing the late game of TVP once again from Bunny.
Yeah.
And playing against such a hard composition.
Is Bunny the best Terran there is? Is that what we're seeing here?
I think he might. It's him
He
or
might.
Maru, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm a little bit more impressed right now by
Innovation
Bunny.
and TY are both in the military, right?
Yeah.
Yumiho just came back, so he's definitely better than him. He definitely is better than Dream right now. He's definitely better than ByuN right now. Yeah, it's him or Maru is the best Terran.
And, I mean, really holding his own for so long against PartinG. And then, look, I mean, if you look at the mini-map here, it's insane the number of bases that Bunny is in control of right now. And he's pushing with such grace here against one of the greatest micro players, one of the greatest tacticians of the game. GG.
Wow. Beautiful game from Bunny. Beautiful game. And yeah, I think it was kind of funny watching it too, because you could see the look on PartinG's face, and when he was shaking his head and muttering to himself, he was pretty damn surprised at how well Bunny was handling his army.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when you get to that type of composition with that type of upgrades with that many bases as Protoss, you feel pretty good. Not many Terrans can actually fight against that.
And usually Protosses make that part of the game look easy, but
Yeah.
apparently not against Bunny. He had a really good setup with lots of mines so that he could never be pushed in. He never really gave that up either. He was willing to use less supply elsewhere to confirm 100% he can't be hit by DTs or Zealots somewhere
I loved
else.
it. The planetary missile turret,
It's
core
great.
Widow Mine, and sensor tower, all that together. PartinG could not harass him, man.
Yeah, when you had your cheap units, there was nothing he could do to get in there and really hurt him. We're going to go now to map number 2. And map number 2 is going to be on 2,000 atmospheres. Bunny right now with a 1-0 lead. This is the winner's match. Whoever wins here goes on to the round of 8.
Yeah. It's time for PartinG to do Proxy Void Ray.
I think so.
This is it right here, right now.
All right, guys, our game's ready. Let's continue on with the winner's match, best of 3.
GSL Season 3 Codex. Team NV, Bunny. PartinG.
Yep, he's proxying Tasis. In fact, it looks like the max packs to me.
Yeah, it has to be with that second pylon.
He's really pulling the builds out now.
I think the issue is always that even though PartinG, the only thing that's predictable about him is how unpredictable he is. You can know a rush is coming from PartinG and still die.
Mm-hmm. And, like, I would expect him to do something very aggressive this game if I'm Bunny. Because, again, like, Bunny outplayed him that game. Okay, so PartinG coming up now. And check what's what. Now, the max packs, for those of you who don't know, invented by a Protoss from Europe named Max Packs, shown off by BC Cutie. It's where you build a pylon in your main base, but one of your first probes goes across the map, builds a second pylon, and builds the gate there. And, like, for instance, if they put the, the command center down low ground, if they aren't scouting you and stuff, you can, like, get a Zealot out. You can force a cancel a lot of the time on that command center. Like, look, he's actually acting like he wants to block it, but, like, I mean, if you're making a Zealot and getting the SCV off that, a lot of times it turns into then a Stalker and then another Stalker, and you're, like, pushing it back. You're able to force the cancel in the command center. And a lot of times you go into a macro game behind it. You know, there's a lot of follow-ups you can do with this. Yeah, see? Just insta-cancels.
Yeah, and that's a huge hiccup to all the ambitions of the Terran here. Completely throws the build order off.
Yeah, he's already really ahead with this. Now he throws down a Stargate as well. So he's going to do a very high-pressure version of this.
Yeah, and I think this is what he has to do. And I think this is PartinG really on the fly looking at this and saying, okay, you know what? I do not want to play you in late game anymore. Let's dial it up.
Absolutely. And look, he's going to build shield batteries at the bottom of the ramp, obviously. I think it is going to be the Void Ray Rush just opening with the max pack. So,
ooh, you
just another level. Pulls that Zealot back. Let's see as this finishes if it is going to be that Void Ray. I'd be really surprised if it's anything else.
No, I think it's got to be the Void Ray. The Void Ray openings are so strong now. And I think
I've never seen it done actually with the max packs.
But
as
it
far as I
makes
can
sense
think.
when you see it pan out, right?
Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. So take down those plates.
And
This is a tough game for Bunny, man.
Yeah, but there is a well-placed bunker in the upper right, which kind of prevents a lot of the abusive kind of shifts you have over there with the Void Rays hitting the sides of this.
Well, let's see if he's gonna have time, like with these bunkers, to actually get proper defense out here.
Now,
Like he's gonna need some cyclones. He's gonna need them upgraded. Let's see. Oh, he's actually supply blocked right now.
yeah, and that's going to only worsen because he's going to get 2 depots. Now, that's usually enough to basically swing the game because the dearth in supply for a little bit, you can't really recuperate as easily. He's no longer supply blocked.
Yeah. Okay, so he finishes those 3 depots in the back. He's taking a lot of damage here. This is going to be really tough.
The Cyclone's coming out. Now, coming up here, we need to watch the mana on each of the batteries. Oh, there's actually not quite enough SCVs here if this is done correctly. So he pulls over some more. Whoa! Loses a Void Ray.
Hey,
that's what you need if you're Bunny.
Yeah, that's a big moment right there.
Now, we got to watch, like I was saying, the energy on the batteries. Because, you know, these are not forever. They eventually get used up, and then you just have a whole bunch of empty structures that can't really help you. And that's usually what signals the rush is coming to an end.
Well, we'll see how many Cyclones he can stack up here as well, which is such an important aspect of it. Look at this. He's diving on the Cyclone, because that's really, like, if you can basically reduce the Cyclone count, this can't really be held.
Oh
my God.
The control is insane!
Oh, so sick. But he might actually still end up getting it. There's other units coming around from the other side. The 2 Void Rays doing a great job. And
but he
actually
gets
He gets a Stalker, but he also gets a Cyclone.
Yeah, but a second Cyclone about to pop.
Oh, but it's going to have so much damage on it.
He's running. He's going to be able to get the Void Ray. He's got it cornered up here in the top right. Can it get out? It does.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. What a game.
All right, 3 Void Rays against 5 Marine Stasis. I think that we're going to game 3.
I think this game is over. He's got to get that Void Ray healed up, and he does. And that should be the tipping point. PartinG ties it up 1-1. Dude, that fight that happened where the Stalker was chasing the Cyclone, and it's like moving back and forth between the depot and the minerals.
And it was so micro-intensive. PartinG actually busted the bunkers during that time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what a tough game there for Bunny. Got caught off guard in every single aspect.
It was crazy. Let's go to game 3. And I'll tell you what, dude, I think PartinG cheeses again.
Yes,
I think that's what you do.
Yeah.
I don't think PartinG even excited by that last win, being like, oh man, now what? Do I do another Void Ray rush? I mean, part of the reason why that worked was it was the max packs into Void Ray.
Yeah, that's very
pressure
true.
that makes the whole tempo of that a little bit different.
I don't mind him going for a really optimized Void Ray rush here either.
I think that's fine too, but you got to think Bunny's going to be looking. And Bunny almost held that, by the way.
Yeah, I liked the bunkers. I liked the way he tried to approach it. It was a pretty bad situation for him.
Lightshade is going to be the final map for these two. The winner is going to get the 5th spot in the round of 8. Not many spots in the round of 8 left, Artosis. We're halfway there already. It's either going to be Bunny or PartinG. Clearly, we could be happy with whoever moves on. But I'll tell you what, in a group this hard, you don't want to be pushed down to the losers match.
Certainly not.
You just want to get out. You just want to survive. And by the way, our game on Lightshade has loaded up. So let's go to the last game between Bunny and PartinG.
GSL Season 3, Codex. Team NV, Bunny. PartinG.
Okay, I don't see any probes on the map yet.
No, not yet. No. I mean, this
Here he
early
goes.
would be.
Here he goes.
No.
going to be a probe moving down, sliding through the bottom left.
Could just be searching for other proxies as well.
Yeah, that's very true, too.
But that might just be what he's doing on the way to proxying as well. It's hard to say.
You and I have also been, I think, casting this a lot from the Protoss's perspective, especially. Of just like, Bunny's playing so perfectly, so like, what would you do if you were in this position? How do you play?
How dirty can you get?
Well,
and look where his probe is going right now. Is he going to actually make a pylon?
Yeah,
No, he's going to go scout.
Oh. It is impressive, a lot of the new stuff that Bunny's showing us.
He starts a Zealot. Is he going to cancel that? Yeah,
Yep.
Cancels it. Okay. So he was just like that's just like part of the build order, right? Start it in case there's a proxy. You already have a Zealot on the way, but cancels that out, goes for the Nexus, so nothing too cheesy here.
Yeah, trying to block that command center for as long as he can.
Factory is already on the way. Reaper going to be popping out here very shortly. Of course, PartinG aware of that.
And I guess it's not a proxy. Or if it is, we're going to see in a second here. But for now, it looks like it is just a Protoss expanding and trying to tech up.
Yeah, probe out. Interesting spot on the map. Oh, he actually does make a pylon.
Oh, okay. He is going to hide something.
I think it's going to be a gateway. Right? That's the only thing that fits this timing, I think.
Or it could be a Stargate, but it would be
Doesn't
kind
that
of
feel
weirdly
like,
timed one.
That would feel really late, right? Like if you're going to do the Stargate proxy, you're going to do it like instantly.
Yeah, I always sometimes wonder about stuff where like if you start it later and you kind of bring it in later, they might not have the right defense for it. But yeah, you were right. It's going to be just kind of a gateway pressure up here.
Yeah, this is very similar to what we saw against ByuN as well. Oh, that was a funny
That was a miss micro there.
He was doing something else.
Oh, going to damage his Hellion.
Quite a bit.
Gets out.
Yeah, shades his
And
way
so
out of there.
we're going to wait for this gateway to finish, and that's where the pressure is really going to be on. Now, is this going to be just Stalkers from here? Stalker pressure?
I believe so. Like, I think he's just going to put on some heavy Stalker pressure. Again, he's just so good at that Stalker micro without Blink. And honestly, this is such a tech-heavy opener. Like, look at this. There's no bunker. It's 2 Reapers, a Hellion, a Mine. This is the type of thing you want to put this pressure on against. 3 Stalkers on the way.
Now, how much is this going to throw Bunny off? He's got to be very careful with how he behaves with his units.
Oh, he misses it altogether.
Yeah. And so with the blind spot in the scouting path, this could absolutely trounce Bunny in this spot here, because he's now lost control of the low ground. There's a mine that's going to burrow up here. The Reapers can't do anything. In fact, one does not get shot down.
Ooh. Yeah, the Hellion comes in behind. He does force that off onto the high ground. Warps in a couple Stalkers at home to deal with this. Let's see how many probes he actually ends up losing,
well,
though.
He hasn't killed any.
Like, maybe 1, but definitely not 2.
And the dilemma now is that Terran doesn't quite have enough and to basically reclaim the low ground. And in fact, Terran's going to lean more into pressure. Now, if the pressure doesn't succeed, Terran doesn't get a second base, Terran loses the game. And these Stalkers are right in the flight path.
Oh, man.
They spot it. The medevac turns around, and it could be caught by this other Stalker here.
Yeah.
Every shot is so important here. And the medevac not fast, but it doesn't have boost. And it gets shot. It does get away.
Just barely so there as well. A couple mines coming down, trying to get those hits.
Yeah, at this point in time, you can sack a couple units just to eat the mine shots. A War Prism's coming in here. This could be the nail in the coffin for Bunny.
Oh, this is crazy, man. After game 1, I thought for sure Bunny would be winning this group, but PartinG on the brink at the moment. Using that Prism to set off the mine, pushing forward now. A single siege tank here with some Marines. Oh, a great block here from Bunny.
Yeah, but he picks some more up and drops them right down on top of that tank. The Marines are low, but not low enough to be killed. The tank is taken out, but there's still enough infantry here to fight. Can the War Prism actually get away?
Oh my God, and he dives after the Prism. He will end up getting it. I gotta tell you, that is the best Terran defense in that situation. Like, obviously that's like a 1 in a million situation, but
yeah,
his blocking of the Stalkers was exactly beyond their maximum range hit the tank. It was
It was
exact.
perfect. Dude, that
with
was
the SCD
so
block
insane.
and the Marines, and then he targets everything down. Oh my God, he boosts over to kill the Prism.
Bunny played
Bunny
some of the
deserves
best,
round of 8.
sharpest defense we have ever seen. But, bro, it's not over. The War Prism is going to be coming in here, and the main could be the soft spot. There's a drop inbound as well. I don't even know what's back at home for
Not
PartinG,
much.
as they're both going to be, taking blows here. This game could get out of control very quickly. We're going to have, I think, 6 Stalkers here in the main. This is enough to one-shot workers. This is enough to cover the Warp Prism pretty easily. The tank saved the day last time, but you can avoid wherever the tank is going to be here with these Warp Prisms.
Luckily for Bunny, that is combat shields, not stim. It does get canceled.
Yeah.
Auto turret goes down. Here comes the drop. Let's see if PartinG actually sees it. He is microing frantically over in Bunny's base. Oh, good mine hit. Does the recall here.
Okay, he's back home with the Warp Prism. Takes the battery out.
Nice boost towards the
he should be
natural.
able to-
Yeah, it just clears that out quickly.
So where are we at now? It looks like Bunny is still behind in workers.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, man, I mean, I think any other Terran player in the world dies back when that attack comes into the natural with the Warp Prism, the Stalkers.
Yeah, if he is 1 hex back, the tank dies, then everything dies.
It should be noted there was like 5 or 6 Marines that all were in the red.
Yeah.
So the shots that were fired were all distributed evenly enough that the Marines stayed alive long enough that they had the damage to then reverse. And they were the army that could sustain, and the Stalkers were not.
Just amazing.
Crazy.
Amazing defense.
I don't know if it would have been different if the Stalkers had unloaded on the tank and then shot at the Marines.
Oh, that's
It
interesting.
seems like it's this weird thing where like you might want to be where the tank can't hit you, and then if you can manually fire down the Marines.
If we did that battle again, PartinG 100% would do it different.
Yeah.
Bunny maybe not.
No.
Like I don't think you could have done that better as Terran.
Bunny had the one sequence in control that would the only one that would allow him to win that.
Yeah, I think so.
Where PartinG was definitely favored there.
Craziness.
Now, we've got the third base for PartinG. We're going to get a fourth and a second. Bunny has survived, but what are his prospects? I mean, that's the question we got to ask.
I think Bunny has to attack very soon. Like, I think he can't wait for +1.
I don't believe that we can have Bunny just try to drag this game out into a game 1 and win.
Well, this is going to be the weakest point for PartinG because he was so gateway heavy early on. His upgrades are actually rather late. His blink is not even halfway done. And look, like, yeah, okay, you have charge, but we've got mines here kind of defensively. I want to see Bunny get out there and mix it up. I feel like this is the time where he can get something done.
Well, I mean, Terran can't expand, that's for sure. There's just too much for Protoss. But you're probably right, he probably needs to start to push here. Hey, that's a pretty good catch.
Looks like he wants to take that third. I think he can take it.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even realize he had a third command center. I thought he was just on 2 bases here. Beautiful little kiting from the Terran.
PartinG trying to keep pressure on here. Bunny's army is not bad, though. I mean, the High Templar is obviously going to be the scariest thing here.
Yeah, the High Templar really make the math a lot fuzzier on the engagements themselves.
Yeah. Blink is done, by the way. +1 finishes. I feel like we're slowly losing any attack timing that there might have been there before. Bunny choosing just to play defensively here.
Well, look, as good as Bunny is, PartinG clearly has the upper hand here. He's got more bases, he's got better growth. The question is, are you going to be able to come in here and actually smash the third base, or is that going to be something that causes an overextension that then allows you to lose control of the game?
Well, with that many Archons in there, he's got good mines. He's got good tank placement. He's starting to put some buildings down here as a partial wall. A couple Marauders kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, here we go. The storm's coming down. Insanity storms. Does hit the armor shred, but storming absolutely everything as he walks up.
Oh my God, the storms are just too much. There's a small drop down here at the bottom, but does Bunny have the infantry to hang on? A bit of an overextension here from the Protoss. Not everything really unified in the push. but a blink up happens regardless. The Archons continue to tear their way through whatever remaining defenses are here for Bunny. Bunny, if he doesn't hang on here, he will lose this game, and PartinG will be the first survivor of Group D to go to the round of 8.
Certainly looks like that is how it's going to go down. Unfortunately, Bunny with very few SCVs left, having to fight with them now as well. Microing his heart out. I don't think it's going to be enough. PartinG a bit too strong in games 2 and 3, but I tell you what, like PartinG wins because, you know what, this guy knows how to win. Damn, he got outplayed in the late macro game in game 1 on Romanticide, which was his map choice. And then cheeses game 2 with the Max Packs into Void Ray. This game, I mean, this one was pretty back and forth. You get the expansions up reasonably quickly, but was able to finish Bunny off there.
Yeah, wow. I mean, Bunny has been playing, honestly, better today than I have ever seen him play. But PartinG, like you said, man, he knows how to win. Bunny could still get out. I mean, I really felt like Bunny was going to get out first after he beat Dark, but
after game 1 against PartinG, I was like, Bunny's top 4,
this is the greatest Terran ever. We're going to go to an interview now. We're going to see how PartinG is feeling. I imagine probably elated now that he's moving on to the round of 8. A good day to be a sugar bear.
PartinG is the first player to advance out of Group D. Congratulations, PartinG. Thank you. So this is your second consecutive round of 8, PartinG. How do you feel? You know, when the group was decided like this, I'm not lying, I thought I wouldn't be able to advance. All my opponents are so good. And in practice, I try to set up a new paradigm. And I was questioning myself whether this will work on stage. You know, my reputation was on the line. And, you know, things were not going too well in practice. But today, my opponents were pretty much aware of my aggressive cheese and aggressive builds. So I took that into account and I tried to work on the auto strategies. Wow, paradigm PartinG, setting up a new paradigm. So I'm guessing you have a lot of worries these days. I always like StarCraft 2, the RTS game. I feel like there's no end to your improvement. You need to practice harder to be ahead of others. And you need to set up a new meta in order to be ahead of others as well. You know, I always say this before, I try to show what products can do, and I always try to do that. The first game, you lost in terms of macro, but then you went for the cheese in the next game. In Light Shade, there were moments of danger for you, PartinG. Your rush was fended off by Bunny. So how do you feel about that match? Right now I'm shaking a bit after the game. Well, during the match, I was not impressed with my performance. Like looking at the games, I was not focusing until the very end, and hence I lost some of the games. You know, there were times where I could have just ended the game, but I was not able to put the nail in the coffin at the right timings. It's kind of hard to comprehend what aspect you were not satisfied with, PartinG. You went for the 4 warp gates. So what's the background behind this build? You know, I always think about how to kill my strategy, kill my opponent, how to make my opponent feel more pain. So, you know, I decided to go for the build, and even if I use the build, I know that I'm not going to have any regrets, so that's why I used that. And your micro today has been fantastic, PartinG. Bunny has been fantastic, and you have been fantastic. And your stalkers were so utilized so well. I don't think I played that good today in terms of micro. But well, if you think I played well, well, that must be true. Well, you get out of the group as the first place party. I think you're being too humble today. Alright, let's talk about last season. So last season, the round of 4 was a round of 4. You went there after 4 seasons. So did you have any thoughts after getting eliminated in the round of 4? I mean, Dark is so good. I always admit him as one of the best Zergs. You know, in practice, I was actually tricked in some games. Actually, one unknown player actually told me some strategies that I could use against Dark. And it was a concept where you have to go for 4 Nexus and 5 Nexus. And the unknown player that I don't want to address, he told me that if I go to 4 Nexus and go aggressive against Dark, I can win. But I was tricked. You're not gonna tell him. You're not gonna tell us the name, right? If I win this season, I will reveal his name. So let's go to your round of 8. You'll be playing against the second place of Group C party. Rogue is in that group as well. Zone's there and DRG. So is there any player you prefer? I have a feeling Zone's gonna make it to the round of 8. I don't want to go up against Zone. Why? You have something to avenge. In Super Tournament, you lost to him. I actually made my revenge in the previous season. So that doesn't matter too much. But so this time I don't want to play against Zone. Maybe I would like to play against Chor instead. Or even Zergs. That's his parting. So this is the last season of the year parting. So anything you want to say? So for this match, I didn't stream, and I only focused on practice. I was really fortunate today. And tomorrow there's DreamHack season finals. I was worried about today's match, but you know, having won today, I think I have a confidence boost to play better tomorrow. And from tomorrow, I'm gonna try stream again. So I hope the viewers come to my stream. In DreamHack, I hope you show great performance through parting. Thank you.
All right, man. These have been just incredible games tonight so far. I mean, really, these games have kicked so much ass. That's insane that PartinG actually managed to beat Bunny. But honestly, in some ways, Bunny has been, at least for me, the most impressive player so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that. He's just well. The thing is, PartinG, he just has always known how to win, and he can always win against everybody. And he just kind of pulled it out after losing in the macro game. So very well done to him. We'll see how far he can get. I think he's actually a threat to win it and has been for seasons now.
I think he still might be the favorite to get out of this group. Dark vs. ByuN's going to be coming up next. I'm not sure what to expect there. I do feel like Dark is the favorite.
I think so. I mean, you saw how quickly he died to Bunny there. ByuN, like, ByuN's TVZ, when he's on, he's on. Like, he can definitely beat Dark when he's playing his best. So.
But it does seem like ByuN may, in fact, be the weakest player in this group.
It does,
weird thing to ever say.
If you look at the results last season, definitely the weakest. But, yeah, I would agree with you.
So we're going to have to wait and see what kind of games... Oh, they wanted me to remind you guys, it is the 11th birthday of GSL. Or not exactly.
11 years. It was a couple days ago.
But
11 years. Tasus, did you know? Do you know what the average for an American? What the average length of time you're at one job is for?
I don't know. 3 years? Like
4.1 years.
4.1 years.
We have had this job for 11 years.
So we've had 3 careers within this career.
Basically.
Sick. Let's keep 11 more coming. Guys, quick break. We come back. The losers match. Do not go away. We will be right back.